I'm going to be honest with you guys. Sometimes I get bored of Call of Duty Mobile. I've been making videos on the game for 2 years now, since mid-2019, and you can't play one game for that long without getting at least a little bit bored. You got to switch things up a bit, and what I like to do is I go into the Google Play Store or the App Store, and I search games like Call of Duty Mobile, and I try to see what the best ones are. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are like that as well. You want to see what the best games are like right now that you can download on your phones and play that are sort of similar to Call of Duty Mobile. So that's what we're going to be doing today. In today's video, I'm going to show you all the top 10 games that you can download right now on Android or on iOS that are very similar to Call of Duty Mobile in a lot of different respects. These games are great, they're really fun, and you should definitely check them out. Some of these are even offline, so you don't even need to have an internet connection in order to play them. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. If you learned something new and you thought this video was well made, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below because I can do more videos like this in the future. Thanks so much, guys, and let's get into the video. Alright, guys, so starting things off here, the first game we're going to check out is called Battle Prime. And Battle Prime is the most similar to Call of Duty Mobile out of all of the different games that we're going to check out today. It's coincidentally probably the best, and it's got a lot of awesome things going for it. You've got full customizability from your various different skins, to your attachments, to your different characters that you can use. These characters are called primes, and they have many different cool abilities like freezing enemies, for example, that make it easier to kill. The best thing about this game, though, is the fact that it runs better on lower-end devices. So if you're watching this video, you play Call of Duty Mobile, you may have 2-3 gigabytes of RAM, and you struggle to get even, 20 frames per second when you're playing COD Mobile. You might want to consider downloading Battle Prime because it's going to give you a very similar experience, but it's going to run better on your phone. It's got great graphics, as you can see. I mean, probably the best graphics out of almost any game that I'm going to show in this video. Feels very well polished, great gun mechanics, great movement mechanics. Nothing feels clunky at all. There's an example of me freezing an enemy with my special ability, and it's just a really solid game. I really like it a lot. I would even play it on my YouTube channel for a series. Next up, though, we got a game called World War Heroes. World War Heroes is a bit more clunky compared to the last one, but it's still got a lot of awesome things going for it. It's basically as if Call of Duty Mobile had a World War II theme to it. Like if everything was World War II themed. You have tons of different World War II themed weapons, different World War II themed items, and World War II themed maps. For example, the one that I'm in right now is like storming a beach in Europe somewhere. I don't know. Maybe it's like a D-Day rendition of Call of Duty Mobile, except this is World War Heroes and not Call of Duty Mobile. The gun gameplay is pretty interesting. It's maybe not the absolute best in the entire world, but it still feels solid, and I do enjoy it. It's not going to be one of those games that's super competitive, and it's pretty easy to actually get really good gameplay, at least at lower levels, but it's still a fun game, and it's really unique in that there are some pretty cool, interesting aspects to it. Like this, for example, we are on a moving train. I mean, that's not something that you would see in Call of Duty Mobile, and that's the coolest thing about this. I mean, the map creation is very, very interesting, and I like that because of it. It's always nice to be in a really, really neat map. However, a game that's actually really solid just for the fact that it's built well is Cover Fire. This game is a proper offline game, so you don't have to have internet to play it. It's all about single player. You have many different characters that you unlock over time. It's got a pretty good storyline, but I think the shining aspect to Cover Fire is it's actually got very good gameplay mechanics. As you can see, we're hiding behind these walls here, and the guns feel nice. It feels satisfying when you're shooting them. There's no clunkiness to it. There's a ton of other single-player offline games out there that you can download on Android and iOS. They just don't feel very good, and I don't enjoy them. I mean, I like this game a lot. It's got 50 million downloads, so it clearly has something going right for it. I mean, look at that. You take people out, you shoot them in slow motion. It's got that cool little animation. They even have a zombies mode. So, hey, if you're a zombies fan in Call of Duty Mobile and you've been dying for them to re-release it, well, guess what? You can play a zombies mode in this game. It's obviously very different. I can't move around in this exact spot, but you do have a very different style of zombies mode that is definitely worth checking out. You might even like it even more than Call of Duty Mobile's Zombies. It's in third person, it's really cool, and this is not the only third person game that we're going to be checking out in this video. A game that's not third person, though, is this game. It's called War After. Listen very carefully. War After. You've definitely not heard of this game before because you can't get this game on the Google Play Store or the App Store. Maybe in a couple of months after this video is uploaded, it's going to start being released in the Google Play Store and the App Store. But as of right now, very few people know about this game. And I mean, look at it. It looks fantastic. It's got amazing gun gameplay mechanics, and it's got fantastic graphics. And this game feels like it could be a super competitive game. Like, it just feels like the second when you start playing it, like it could be like the next CSGO, but like the mobile version of it. You know, it doesn't feel like CSGO at all. The game mechanics are very different from it. But like, if you know how competitive a game like CSGO is, this game sort of feels like it could be like that. Like, I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's going for it, and even though it's in very, very early stages, it's either in alpha or beta right now, it's awesome. And it's much better than most of the games that are on this list right now. It's crazy that so few people know about it because it's just awesome. I mean, I say awesome so many times, but this game really is probably one of the best ones that I'm going to show in this video. It's probably tied with Battle Prime as the very best game. It's really, really cool. Definitely worth checking out, and the link for it will be down below in the description. However, we got to continue on, and we have a game called Warface now. You guys can see that Warface is all about that customizability. Look at all of the different weapons that you can get, and it's a very progression-based game. It's interesting because you have different powers based off of your weapons, so over time, as you get higher and higher level and you rank up more and more, you get better and better weapons with higher power, and it's got tons of different characters and different game modes, so you know, you can play from team deathmatch to gun game, I think, to free-for-all, to a whole lot of other stuff. It's got pretty good gameplay mechanics, not as good as War After, as we just saw in the last game, or it's not as good as Battle Prime, but it's certainly pretty good, and it's fun, and that's probably the most important thing when it comes to these games. As long as you're playing a game and you're having fun, I think it's a good game, and this game does bring that level of excitement and is fun for me personally. I also like how you can see right there, whenever you run out of ammo with your primary weapon, it's going to automatically switch to your little pistol and finish off the enemy. I think that's a really neat aspect to it that you don't see even with Call of Duty Mobile. If you run out of ammo in Call of Duty Mobile, you have to switch to your other gun physically. So I think that's kind of a cool thing that you don't even see in Call of Duty Mobile that might even be a unique thing that you could add to that game. I don't know, but this is a neat game. It's really nice. It's not the very best in the entire world, but it's certainly worthy of mentioning because a lot of people have enjoyed this game over the years. Another game that a lot of people have enjoyed over the years is called Dead Trigger 2. You guys can see that this game is a zombie apocalypse game. It's basically zombies from Call of Duty Mobile, except they made it into an entire game, right? And this is pretty much your ultimate zombies game that you can play right now on mobile devices. It's been out for years. I remember all the way back in like 2016, I'd have people asking me in my comment section, hey, can you try out Dead Trigger 2? And I never played it until literally today. And I am absolutely blown away by how awesome this game is, right? You have weapons and money that you can get that you can actually trade into a gunsmith, as you can see right here, buy better and better guns. And it's got a fantastic storyline, which I think is the best thing to it. You have crazy monsters, zombies that are the size of skyscrapers that you have to battle. And you do that pretty early on, all right? I think in like Mission 2, 5 minutes into playing the game, there is a monster that's the size of like the Empire State Building. And if that's not the craziest thing in the entire world, I don't know what is. You need to try this game out because it's like zombies from COD Mobile, except they actually made it scary. It's such a good game, and if you love anything about zombies, you need to try this thing out. But another game you need to try out for the pure nostalgia is called Modern Combat 5. This game is very old. It's like 6 years old or something like that. 7 years old maybe? I don't even know. But as you can see, it's got that full customizability that Call of Duty Mobile has, except it's like 5 years earlier, all right? This game was ahead of its time when it first came out. It was a very big, you know, competitive game that people played back in the day, and I made an entire series on my YouTube channel when I actually played Modern Combat 5 back in the day. It's a fantastic game with great gameplay mechanics. I think that's the shining aspect to it. It feels very satisfying when you play it and you get kills and you even win in matches, and it's good. Even though it's so old, it's such a fantastic game still, and I still like to go every once in a while back into a couple of matches and just have a nice time, because there's nothing really like Modern Combat 5. Even Call of Duty Mobile, it doesn't have that like pure nostalgic feeling that this game has. I absolutely love it, and you need to check it out. However, next game that we're going to be checking out in just a second here is Disorder. Disorder is very different from Call of Duty Mobile. It's got a lot of similar aspects to it, and that's why I included it in this video, but this game is more of like a capture the sections of the base type of game. It's sort of like Domination in a lot of respects, except you have one central area in the map. And in Disorder, it's got great gameplay mechanics because it is made by NetEase Games, which is a company that's made games like Badlanders, Rules of Survival, Knives Out, Ride Out Heroes, and a lot of other games. So they know what they're doing when they're creating these types of games. This game has a lot of good things going for it as well. It's got tons of progression, so it's going to take a long time before you actually get to the point where you have a lot of the cool weapons and characters and other stuff like that. And it's very unique in the style of how it runs. There's not really any other game like it because, I mean, I don't know. Can you guys think of another game that's like this, where you have to run toward the center of the map and capture the spot, and then, you know, you have a ton of other stuff like calling in drones that can pick you up and move you to other areas and stuff like that? It's just cool. I like this game, and I wish I did more videos on this game when it first came out, because this game is deserving of more spotlight. Like, I think it has 1 million downloads, but that's it. This game is really good, and you should try it out. But another game you should try out, if you haven't tried it out yet, is called Bullet Force. Bullet Force was my game back in the day. Like 2017, oh my god, I loved this game so much. I stopped playing it for a while, and I came back just recently, and I still am shocked at how good the gameplay can be when you actually play this game. Everything is right about Bullet Force. It's got solid gun mechanics, physics. It's just the right pace when you're actually playing the game. So it doesn't feel slow, doesn't feel fast. And what I'm playing right here is Gun Game, which I personally think is my favorite game mode in this game. There's, of course, lots of other different game modes that you can play. There's tons of different customization with everything from different gun skins, which I absolutely love. There's even transparent gun skins, which are really, really cool, to different, you know, attachments that you can put on your weapons and other stuff like that. If you're a content creator too, they're very willing to work with you, and they can send you some free stuff that you can actually use for your videos, which I think is a great thing to it. You don't really see that with a lot of these other games, but the Bullet Force developers, they're really good. They're very transparent with their fan base, and I think that's one of the best things about this game. It's been around for a long time, but it's totally worth trying out still, even in 2021. I love this game. And finally, at the very end of it all, our last game that we're going to check out is called Modern Strike Online. Modern Strike Online is, again, just like all of these other games where you have tons of different weapons, tons of different customization, and the best thing about this game is, as you can see, you feel like a sniping pro when you play it, even if you just started playing. You know how, like, in Call of Duty Mobile, if you turn on the setting where, like, if you just have the crosshair going over the enemy, it's going to automatically start shooting? Yeah, well, you can do that in this game, except it's like on steroids when you use a sniper. It's absolutely insane, and I mean, you can see from the background that I literally look like a pro when I'm playing this game. It is awesome and so satisfying, and that's why I saved it for the end here, because if you like anything to do with sniping and you're just a casual player but you love sniping, dude, this game does it better than pretty much anything else. It is so much fun. And Modern Strike Online, even to this day, even after being quite a few years old, is still really, really good. And I thought I would end with just, you know, keeping some of that sniper gameplay here as we're saying the outro here, just so you guys can see some more pro sniper gameplay. I hope you guys did enjoy this video and you learned something new from this. I hope maybe at least War After was a completely different new game for you, and you might want to check it out now. I'm really excited for when that game comes for iOS. And if there was 2 games that I would say try out first before anything else, I would say check out Battle Prime and check out War After. Those 2 games are better than even the other 8 that I mentioned in this video, and they have so many awesome things going for it. But yeah, with that being said, hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below for more awesome game videos just like this. Thank you so much, guys, and I will see you all later.